music, Ken. That means that the Sons of Sunbury is about to happen. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Are you ready? I'm filled with eagerness. All right. Nice. Here we go. Look at that. I'm Marty Fields and you are...
Ken Murdoch.
And we are the Sons of Sunbury. And today, after the enormous success of our first podcast,
yes,
where we talked in sort of a roundabout way about the Beatles, we're now going to be talking about another band, iconic, but in a completely different way. Ken, tell me about them.
The Monkees. The Monkees we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the TV show, the recordings. It's incredible to know about the Monkees' history because at one stage they were selling more records than people watching the TV show. And that's when the TV show said, put them back into the studio.
But in those days, in the 60s,
yes,
people had to go out to buy records.
And how do you buy your music now?
Online.
Online?
Yeah, Apple download thing.
Yeah. That's good.
iTunes. It should be called EarTunes.
What about Spotify? No good to you?
I pay for my daughter to have Spotify.
Yeah.
But I'm not made of money.
You can still be part of her...
You'd think so, but then I get all the hooga googa music. You know what the kids are these days with the hooga googa.
They always got that.
Fuck you, fuck me, I'll fuck you, I'll fuck you.
Lady
all
Radio Gaga.
All that. All we hear is
all the hop hip.
Why don't we talk about Queen one week?
We will.
I love Queen.
We will. I've got great Queen stories. I met Queen, didn't I?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So I loved Queen as a child. I didn't realise most of my music, like heroes, were gay icons.
No.
I didn't know that. Like I loved Liberace as a piano player.
Yes.
Who knew?
Did you?
I didn't know, right? I loved Elton John. Who knew?
I just read his book. He's gay.
Queen, throwing out some hints. Let's start with their name. Queen.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. And the second hint?
Well, a little bit. Although, with those teeth, man, ow. Can I just say it in one word? Ow.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I can't talk. I can't comment.
Why not?
We don't want to go down that.
Why? I do all the time. What are they going to do? Sue me?
Before we start, I'd like to ask what you've been doing. I don't like to jump in. I want the people to get to know you.
Well, I was working a gig last night.
Yeah.
It was a good gig. I worked for the Compulsive Facial Reconstruction group.
Yes.
It's a self-help group. People like the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I said, a lot of new faces here tonight. And they hated me. I've done tricky gigs lately. Actually, oh my God, I was the after dinner speaker at Bulimics Australia. Tough gig.
Yeah.
Where's everyone going? Come back, guys. Come back. My trade is a comedian. My hobby is a bricklayer.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm not good. Terrible bricklayer because the pros start at the bottom. I have an enormous amount of trouble. I have no other skills. So I remember watching the Monkees on television. They were my first introduction to them. And I didn't actually realise you could buy a Monkees album until I was much older and wiser and drunker.
Really?
Manufactured band.
Yeah.
They came into an audition for a TV show.
Yes.
Which wasn't about a band, basically. Mickey Dolenz came in to do a comedy show.
Yeah.
And he started throwing shit at two of the other people in the room.
As a monkey would.
As a monkey would. And they looked over to another guy in the room, right? Davy Jones.
Yes.
Who was whacking off. And they said, more monkey behaviour. Because that's what they do. If you go to the zoo, you're going to get shit thrown at you and see a monkey jerking off.
Right.
What else are they going to do?
Well,
they're stuck in that cage.
And that's why I love them.
What's not to love? The shit and the jerking off.
Yeah.
I'd do anything.
Yeah.
I'd be an excellent monkey because that's pretty much all I do too. And then Mike Nesmith.
Yeah.
He'd been in Rio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd been to
stood
Rio.
him good stead.
Later on in his
didn't
career,
forget.
he made a big hit out of that,
No, he didn't
going to Rio.
Yeah.
But Peter Allen said, you did my song. And it was different because Peter Allen went to Rio, right? Where my baby?
Yeah.
Right? Different. Mike Nesmith, he talked about going to Rio.
Can you sing a bit of Mike Nesmith?
Well, there was no real sort of melody to that song. It's a very strange song.
I go to...
Yeah, it's a weird song.
Yeah.
But for somehow it was a hit. But it was a great clip too. And he was funny.
I think that's why it was a hit, the clip.
Yeah. And then we talk about the fourth member of the Monkees.
Peter Talk.
That's right.
That's right. Now, here's something.
He was a tall, blonde, talentless one.
Yeah, he was.
But
That's
he was the
exactly-
looks of the crap.
Oh, I don't know about that either.
He was the face of the outfit.
I don't know about that either.
So anyhow, they put together these guys
Yes.
because they were funny, not because they were particularly musically talented.
They weren't. Well, you're right. Yeah,
They
fine,
were
yeah.
to a degree.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you a funny thing. David Jones was a very good drummer.
Interestingly, also, the other was the retail outlet, and there is no other singer like Davy Jones, and there's no other shop like David Jones. Although, if you're in the Burke Street Mall here in Melbourne,
Yeah.
if you see David Jones in front of you, turn around, what's behind you?
Peter Talk.
No,
The post office.
no.
What?
If you're looking at David Jones in the City Mall and you do 180 degrees with the jingle in your mind, there's no other store like David Jones. Turn around behind you. Guess what's there?
I don't know.
Another David Jones.
Is it?
My bloody oath there is. There's the chick store on that
Are you
side
sure
of the
you're not
road.
going 360?
And the men's, no, 360 would be a complete circle.
Yeah.
180 would mean you would turn around behind you.
Yeah.
I don't want to get all Copernicus on you, but 180
Yes.
is
No, but
turning around the other
I'm
way.
thinking if you got your degrees wrong, if it was 360, when you turn around, you would see another David Jones.
You didn't need to because you only should do 180 and you would see another David Jones.
Is it?
Yes. Which one are you looking at, by the way, in your mind's eye? The one next to Maya?
Yeah.
Okay. Turn around and you see Adidas, you see Rebel, and you see...
David Jones.
Huh? See? Huh?
I'm going to look.
So we don't have to look, I'm telling you. So there is another store like David Jones. But don't even start me on the
That's
one
your
in
point.
Sydney because that's extremely similar to the one in Melbourne.
And who sings the theme to David Jones?
Fatso McGee from the Beatles.
No, your good friend.
Well, it used to be Bob Valentine.
Well, that's who I'm referring to.
Are you?
Yeah.
Very tall for his height.
Okay.
Extremely tall man.
You were in a show with him
That's right.
at the Rat Pack.
Yes.
I'm going to do this, am I?
Yes. Well, you can if you like. I was in a show called Willie Played Billiards with His Lame Sister's Crutch.
I don't think that was it.
No, I think that was it.
I don't think it was it.
And we had a song, I can't get over a girl like you, so get up and answer the phone yourself. She's a big girl.
Now, I had something else to tell you about. Oh, yeah, I saw Bobby Valentine support Jerry Lewis. Did you go to that?
I saw that.
He was told not to talk.
They've obviously heard Bobby talk.
Don't tell jokes, they said too.
No, don't do any of my material,
Yeah,
Jerry
that's-
said.
Yeah.
Don't do the material.
Lady!
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
see
nice
it?
lady.
Did you
Yes,
like
I
it?
did.
Did you like it?
I loved it until the end.
What happened?
Well, it finished.
Really?
Yeah.
You liked it? Didn't you think it was a bit old? You know,
I am
it was-
old.
Yeah, but
I'm a fan of old comedy. No, I thought he was fabulous. What I didn't like was that he got angry at the audience. In America, whistling is considered very bad, bad manners.
Is it?
But people were clapping and cheering and whistling. Loved it, right? He thought that it was very rude to whistle at him, and he said, "Don't whistle!"
lady.
Yeah. And they continued whistling, thinking they were going, "You're enormous, you're amazing, you're fantastic," as we do in Australia.
Yeah.
He got the poop-poops and walked off stage.
Oh.
$3 million each they'd paid for a ticket,
Yeah.
thereabouts,
Yeah.
with the booking fees.
Oh.
Don't get me started with the booking fees. So, by the way, the Ticketmaster booking fee, they add, wait for it, $3.90 on the end of your booking when you book a ticket to see a show to allow you to print it at home. Can I just ask you one thing?
Yeah.
If you've bought the printer and the frickin' paper and the ink and then the computer,
Yeah.
where does their $3.90 come in? They should pay you $3.90,
That's right. You should get a $3.90 discount.
but they won't. I rang up and asked them.
Did you?
Yeah. You know what they said?
What?
Thank you for calling Ticketmaster. Our phone lines are experiencing high volume of calls. That's what I got.
You know who does that voice?
Me. Just did it. I heard it.
Do it again.
Thank you for calling Ticketmaster. Our phone center is experiencing a high volume of calls.
Now, when
You like that? That's
when
my radio voice. You like that voice?
I love your
That
radio
voice has got me laid so few times.
Tell them the ads you've done.
Oh, I've done many lines.
Yeah. Go on.
Cadbury Crunchy. Must be the taste for today. That was me. I did that.
Impact.
Soup in a basket.
Yeah, I love that one.
Not so good. Not a big seller. Yamakaz are us. I did.
That's a good one.
I did that one. I did lots of those.
Yeah, you did a lot.
Yeah. Catholic menswear shop. Boys wear half off. We had a sale.
Ooh.
What? Well, I'm edgy.
Oh,
Anyway, the Monkees.
yeah. Well, I haven't
He
finished.
said, desperately dragging him back to the
No,
topic.
I haven't finished with
Peter
Jerry
Talk.
Lewis.
Now,
All
you
right.
know the word talk, right?
I haven't told you, but David Jones was a drummer.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was a very good drummer.
No, he was a singer.
But he was a very good drummer. Mike Nesmith was a very good bass player. Peter Talk was an excellent guitarist. Mickey Dolenz, good singer.
You know what they did?
What?
They put the names of what role they would play in the band in a hat.
Yeah.
And they all drew them out.
It must be because
And
everyone's
they
wrong.
all got the wrong name.
Yeah, that's right. So when they went to play live, they all went, I don't normally play this.
Exactly.
That's true. So they had to learn instruments that they didn't do. But you couldn't have David Jones playing drums. But if they had have, the band
He
would
was
have
no
been
Don
better.
Henley.
The band, that's right.
Because back in those days, it was unheard of that a drummer would sing.
Exactly. A Dave Clark 5. Now, let me tell you some more stuff about the Monkees.
Go ahead.
This is fantastic.
I saw Dave Clark play. He came down the aisle, smacking his drumsticks on all the seats as he came up to the stage. And he got up and he said, when I play a theatre, I really play a theatre.
Is that true?
No.
All right, because I was going to ask you about Dave Clark's sexuality.
Again,
Well, he's very
haven't we
good,
settled this?
very good friends with a lot of people. Elton and Freddie.
Yeah.
He looks very gay, but he seems
Not
to
there's
have
anything wrong with that.
Seems to have a wife.
Some do.
Yeah. Oh,
You see, I couldn't be bisexual because you've got to look at everyone's ass. It'd be exhausting. Walking down the street, be tired. One block, I'm out. I'll be lying on the ground having a nap. Couldn't take it.
that's true. You know, John Farnham's manager once told me that
Glenn Wheatley?
no, the other one, Daryl Sample. This is
You
when,
mean?
This is when he was chasing me around the courtyard. Yeah. He once told me, he said, being gay is fantastic because you get to fish and, I can't say it on air, fish and fornicate with the same person.
Fish.
No, the man that you're fishing with.
You go fishing with somebody.
Yeah, and then you take them home and fornicate with them. That's the advantage of being gay. That's what he told me.
Most gay people I know would rather pull their own liver out than go fishing.
Yeah, I agree. Well, John Farnham fishes.
He's not gay.
Maybe there's a clue there.
I know his wife, Gillian, very well.
Yeah.
She seems satisfied. John's the nicest bloke in show business.
I started show business with John Farnham.
No,
know that?
I think somebody else started show business, let me tell you. It wasn't you. I know you
seemed like-
claim
It
it.
seemed like it was me.
I can see on your T-shirt it says I started showbiz, but that's not correct. It was some people would say it was Barnum.
Barnum or Farnham?
Barnum.
Barnum.
See, that's where you're confused.
That's right. I started playing
You
guitar
see?
with P.T. Barnum.
Farnham and Bailey's circus, not.
Okay.
Not correct.
All right.
Right? You know, like Sadie, the one-legged lady, not true.
The bearded.
Not him. Different. Yeah, beat it. I wish I'd said that. Yeah, no, it was P.T. Barnum. Phineas Taylor Barnum. I would agree. I would suggest to you, I'd put to you, was the first showman
Okay.
that encapsulates everything about the word.
All right.
The king of humbug. Poppycock.
No, that's Scrooge.
No. Scrooge was an artificial character created
That's it.
by Charles Dickens
You're not
in
going
A
to start
Christmas
bringing
Carol.
facts into this now, are you?
Ask me about anything except the music. I got facts coming out the yin yang.
Facts. Now, I know when I was 16, I left school.
It was a very good year.
Be with John Farnham's backing band. He's Johnny Farnham then, for many years.
You were in John Farnham's backing band.
I was.
Really?
I was.
You didn't tell me that.
Well,
things
I
I'm
wanted
finding out about
Save
you.
it for the podcast.
No.
That's what we've been saying.
You've been saving it for 20 years.
Yeah, well, I knew this day was coming.
So I would put to you that John Farnham considered me his brother. Why, you say?
I do. Ask why.
You haven't yet.
Why?
Thank you. John Farnham considered me his brother because there was a series on Channel 7 called Bobby Dazzler where my father played his father.
I remember that.
Do you? Great show.
Yes.
Funny show.
Oh.
Hysterically funny to watch them record it because my dad liked to drink.
Yeah.
He did, really did. And he used to love working for Farnham because they got on so well. And Terry Stapleton, one of Dad's good mates, wrote it. and they did the show at 7 called Bobby Dazzler, and they recorded it at Dorcas Street Studios at Channel 7, and I used to come in after school and watch it. And it was just hilarious to watch them filming it because so many things would go wrong.
Yeah.
Because Dad was supposed to be listening to the radio and the batteries didn't work, so he's trying to change the batteries in the radio during a take. Right? And the speaker fell out and all the gizzards of the radio. And Dad said, and John's line was, have you won, Dad? And Dad said, my father said, he's supposed to say, not yet.
Yeah.
And he would say, well, I can't tell you because the arse gut keeps falling out of the bloody radio. And it was hysterical, and everybody had to stop filming for about an hour because nobody could stop laughing. It doesn't seem funny now, but it was hysterical at the time because it was just dangling out of the bottom of the radio. It was the worst prop in the world. Dad and Farnham also sang a lot together, and they didn't do an album, but they recorded a lot together. Because at the end of each show, they used to sing a song together.
Yeah, your dad on the ukulele, wasn't
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember that.
Farnham impressed me because of his harmonies were so natural and having perfect pitch. I used to just adore listening to them, and I used to go to Armstrong Studios in South Melbourne and watch them record. Oh. And I loved it so much.
They say that Farnham has got nodules.
People say that, but I've only ever seen him with his wife. That's all I've seen. Back to the Monkees.
Yeah. Now.
All right. Let's start with Mickey Dolenz.
All right.
What do you got?
A circus boy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. He was in the film.
Corky.
Yes.
No, he's in the TV series.
Yes. The film before that was with, of course, Jimmy Durante.
Circus Baby.
Well, that was earlier. You know that.
Is there a movie called Circus Boy?
No, it was called The Greatest Show on Earth.
That's right. I thought nowhere near what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, Circus Boy.
Which was based on the story of the guy whose job in the circus was to clean up the shit behind the elephant.
Yes, that's right.
And someone said, this is the worst job in the world. You should quit. He said, what, give up showbiz?
That's right.
That's actually, literally one of the oldest jokes in the world. The oldest joke in the world is, my dog has no nose.
How does he smell?
Terrible. Worst joke in the world. Not worst, oldest.
Oldest, yeah.
You see, nobody remembers the bad jokes. People say to me, that's such an old joke. When I do an old gag, I said, no such thing as a bad old joke.
My dog bit my leg.
Really?
You're good, aren't you? You're quick.
Are you sure you fed me the correct way?
Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
You're supposed to, did you put anything on it? No, he liked it the way it was. Isn't that right?
My dog, I went to the Royal Show with my dog and I put him in the dog show.
Yeah.
But they made a mistake and put him in with all the female dogs. And you're supposed to say, you don't know, you're supposed to say, was he highly commended?
Was he what?
Was he highly commended?
Was he highly commended?
No, but he was highly delighted.
Okay.
I call my dog Carpenter.
Why?
He's always doing odd jobs around the house.
Yeah.
There's so many dog jokes.
My dog has no legs.
How does he walk?
What's his name?
Doesn't matter. He won't come when I call him.
That's it.
That's that one.
All right.
Anyway,
Monkees.
back to the Monkees.
Yeah.
Now,
How did we get here?
I think because they were throwing shit and whacking off, that's why they called them the Monkees.
All right.
They weren't originally going to call them the Monkees.
Is it anything to do with Fatsy McGee again?
No. Fatso, thank you.
sorry.
Excuse me. We'll get calls.
Yeah, that's true.
They were going to call them the Beatles.
Oh,
It
the
was
new
taken.
Beatles.
It was taken.
Do you know in the 80s there was a show on TV? I don't remember ever seeing it. Maybe you do. The New Monkees.
Do I know?
Do you?
Have a few bars.
The New Monkees. No. It's a TV show. The New Monkees.
The New Monkees.
They got 4 guys from the 80s. Terrible.
You know what I want to do?
What?
The old Monkees.
The old Monkees.
I want to see bitter, twisted, old, shit-throwing, jerking off old monkeys sitting in a circle talking about show business.
I think
one time I worked with Tarzan.
Really? How was it?
Monkees.
Not so good. Jane?
Anyway, you know if Tarzan and Jane would be, if they were Jewish,
Yeah.
what they would make the monkey? A fur coat. What about Jai?
Jai. I do remember Jai.
Do you think he kicked on in the industry? You ever see in anyone's resume the original Jai? Done nothing.
No.
Probably selling real estate in Saskatchewan.
Tarzan and Jane's boy. Is that right?
Jai, that's right.
Yeah. All right.
That's right.
Good.
You know, the original Jane, this is based on a true story. You know, he was actually raised by apes.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, it is true. It is true. It is true. Greystoke was his name.
Lord
Lord
Greystoke.
Greystoke.
Yeah.
He was
Is that- no, that's
lost
the
in
book.
Africa. No, it's not. He was lost in Africa and raised by monkeys. And he was raised by monkeys. And Jane found him in the forest. And he was unfamiliar with women.
Of course.
Well, I'd never seen one.
No.
You don't see a lot of women
No.
in the Congo. Not non-pygmies, anyway. What good's a pygmy to you? What are they going to do?
You have
Go
to
up-
screw them together.
What are they going to do? Go up on you? They're small. So Jane met Tarzan, all right? And he said, me Tarzan. She said, me Jane.
Yeah.
As we know.
Yeah,
That's
we know
the
that bit.
line.
Yeah.
But it goes on from that, all right? And she liked him. He's a very strapping boy. And she said, what do you do, for, giddy up?
He pointed to a hole in the tree.
That's exactly what he did,
That's
Ken.
right.
You know this story.
I
It's
do.
truth.
Yes.
And he stuck his doodle in the hole.
I don't know if I'm laughing at that or the word doodle.
What do you want me to say?
Little Tarzan. He stuck
Captain
little
Happy. He stuck his doodle in the hole and did it, right?
Yeah.
And she looked at it and she thought, you don't see that every day.
That's true.
You don't see that every day. And you don't. You don't. You go down the street, go to Canterbury
Yeah.
or Blackburn.
Canterbury. Yeah.
You won't see anybody rooting a tree.
No. You won't.
During daylight anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Down in St Kilda, commonplace. Not so much in the eastern suburbs.
No.
Anywho, so Jane said to him, okay, Tarzan, because she was getting antsy. She said, what you do to the tree, do to me.
Yeah.
It was a revelation.
Oh.
The sun rose.
Oh.
So he comes up beside her. He puts his arms around her, and then he smacks her with a piece of wood right in the head. Nearly knocks her out.
Yes.
She said, holy shit, what are you doing? He said, checking for bees. Checking for bees. Back to the monkeys. So, Peter Tork, so named because he wouldn't shut up.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. He was a good banjo player. How about that?
You don't see a lot of that.
You don't see banjo and tuba.
I see a lot of bad banjo players.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't see a lot of good ones. Very rarely will you see a banjo player at a funeral. And I think they should have more of them.
Really?
Oh, I would love to descend into the pit of eternity with someone slapping their knee.
Beautiful.
Good. Ever seen a hymn on the banjo?
No. No. No, I could think of a few things, something hymn when they play it. Do you know there was a band played the banjo and the tuba, never got any bookings ever.
Ever.
Ever. And New Year's Eve, this hotel had a band booked, didn't show up. So he rang up West Side Talent, spoke to Graham McKee, and he said, I've got no act. I got nothing. I'm in big trouble. It's New Year's Eve. Place is sold out. What are you going to do? He goes, the only thing I got left is a banjo player and a tuba. All right, bring him, send him down. They go down, they play all their German country music. Kills. The guy goes, I want you guys to do next year. Would you do next New Year's Eve? They said, yes, but do you mind if we leave the gear here?
That's a great Muso's joke. I love that joke.
I'm here
Do you
till
know
Thursday.
how long it's been since I've heard a joke I haven't heard of?
Oh, good. You can use it if you want. Thank you.
I
use all
really like
yours,
it.
so why not?
Yeah, it seems fair.
All right, Marty's just taking some medicine.
No, that's not true. What the heck?
All right, so back to the Monkees. So,
Love that joke.
as you said, they
Yeah.
get together for this TV show.
Yes.
Supposed to be based on A Hard Day's Night.
Yeah.
And
What?
Yeah, it was. It was based
On the Beatles movie?
Yeah, you know,
Really?
wacky guys, you know, band trying to, well, in their case.
You know the Beatles movies were terrible, don't you?
No, they were fantastic.
They were shocking and diabolical.
Oh, I love them.
Terrible.
I love them. Hard Day's Night, I went and saw it at the Astor Theatre. It was just incredible.
Did you buy the Choc Top?
The Choc Top? Yeah. Actually, you know what happened? At the start of it, the man,
Beer.
the projector,
Yeah.
he goes, the projectionist goes, ladies and gentlemen, if you
what?
could all, projectionist,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, if you could all put down your phones and turn them off, we're about to start the movie.
You know that isn't him talking.
Well, let me tell you what happened. Well, it might not be the projectionist, but
Theatre manager.
the movie was about to start and it stopped.
Oh,
And the guy goes, there's a guy down the back still got his phone on. If you don't turn it off, we won't start the movie.
what year was this?
Not that long ago. 5 years.
You went and saw Hard Day's Night or something.
It was a remastered version at the Astor.
Remastered.
Yeah. So all brought back.
You
Beautiful.
know, you could have just watched it at home on an iTunes or something.
Yeah, but I was with an audience. It was fantastic.
You were.
Yeah.
Were you by yourself?
I took my wife, Vicky. She didn't like it so much.
Were there fingernail marks in the lobby from you dragging her up the stairs to see it?
Yes, there was. There
I
was.
bet
She
there
didn't
was.
like it that much.
No, I'm not surprised.
No. But
Worst movie ever.
no. But I must say, after all those years, you find out that the funny ones are the proper actors, not the Beatles. But when you're young and you watch it, you go, oh, the Beatles are hilarious. But not so much. Not the good actors.
No.
No. Help? What about Help?
What about Help?
It's fantastic.
You like that film?
Yeah.
Worst film.
Oh. Now, Magical Mystery Tour, I agree. Terrible movie.
Strange movie.
Yeah, but terrible.
I auditioned for The Walrus.
Did you?
Too tall.
No, no good.
No.
But
Too
you
tall,
have,
they said.
You'd have the body of the egg.
I can be shorter, I said. Cuckoo, cuckoo, they said. And I left with my tail between my legs.
Yeah. Oh,
And they said, walruses don't have tails. That's where I lost it.
yeah, that's right. You shouldn't have worn the tail in the first
I should have
place.
done my homework.
That's right.
I should have contacted a vet and said, I'm going for a walrus. What do I need? He went, tusk, tusk.
Don't wear a tail, whatever.
Tusk, tusk, he said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
I can go slower.
Yeah,
There's a
say it
transcript
again.
available.
I'll edit it and
No,
I'll laugh.
please don't edit it because that takes away the magic.
Oh.
Back to the frickin' Monkees.
Yeah, because that could have gone into the Beatles
That-
show.
They were a prefabricated band. The
Prefab
television
4.
show.
Prefab 4. they used to call
Ah,
them.
that's very good.
That's what
Ken.
they used to call them.
No, they didn't.
They did.
I
Prefab
don't
4.
think they did.
Well, not people who liked them, but other people did this week. So, Marty, the TV show, thoughts?
A very entertaining show. A much better show than the Beatles TV show, which was a cartoon.
Oh, yeah. What about the people who did the accents for the Beatles?
Awful.
Hello, God. How you going there, mate?
Awful.
Nothing like
I watched, the first time I watched the Beatles cartoon, I had concussion.
concussion.
Correct. Not from the not from the
You really
show.
hated it.
I had been injured in the head department.
Yeah.
And I came home and lay on the couch, and Mum turned the television on, big mistake, and it was spinning like that, and all I could hear was the voices and a very strange cartoon show, and it's always been that way for me.
Really?
I was concussed 11 times when I was a child.
Why?
I kept getting injured. I was extremely injured.
Did your shoelaces the wrong way?
No, I used to fall. I was not a great athlete, and I used to fall off the monkey bars and the jungle
Monkey
gyms and all
bars.
that sort of stuff. Yeah, I know. But I kept falling on my scone
Oh,
and getting knocked out, and then I got knocked out a lot playing later in my childhood playing rugby.
really?
Yeah, that's true. But I got knocked over by a bike outside what they called a wog shop when I was a young guy, where they used to play those baseball games where they could win money.
Oh, I know.
Remember them?
I know what you call it.
Well, I got chased out because I was but a slip of a boy.
Yes.
And I got chased out and I ran onto the footpath and some thug was riding along on his push bike on the footpath, which has now since been outlawed.
Yes.
So now the only people who do it wear those bandanas across their mouth and a cowboy hat. So he hit me and the lights went out and I was out for apparently 5 minutes. I landed right on my bonce and I staggered home and Mum put on the Monkees television show. Not particularly well trained in first aid. And when I said I'm feeling sicker and sicker, they took me to the hospital
Yeah.
and they said, yes, you're very concussed.
Really?
Oh, yes. But that's my number one memory of them, sorry, not the Monkees,
No,
the Beatles.
I thought you might have
The Beatles cast, yeah, I'm still affected.
having a little trouble.
Yeah, no, I might have Dane Bramage.
Yes, that's right.
So that's my first memory of the Beatles show, that it's spinning and the accents didn't work.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Beatles cartoons were necessarily condoned by the Beatles. I think
I'm sure they got paid
at
good
that
money
stage,
for them.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, but the Monkees was a great show, and I've got them, and they're really funny even now. So the Monkees, when they recorded their albums,
Well, they were actors, you see.
that's right.
The Beatles weren't actors.
That's right. That's right. And Mickey Dolenz was a very funny guy. In fact, they were all very funny, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them did a TV show later on after they'd all dispensed. And it was very funny, but I can't remember what it was.
But it'd be Mickey Dolenz, would it?
No, actually, I think it might have been Peter Talk.
You wouldn't think Peter Talk's career would have gone on, would you?
No.
He had the page boy haircut.
But it was.
Okay.
And it was a very, very funny show, and I can't remember what it was called. But it was really good. So this is not very informative.
If only there was some sort of electronic device that we could look up any fact in the world.
Oh, God. You know, Google is actually named after the word Google, with not an LE at the end, but an OL at the end, which means the highest number that they'd come up with at the time. But they've now since discovered a higher number called a Graham. And I know that sounds bizarre, but it's called Graham's number. And it is so high that if you actually thought of it, because data contains mass, your brain would explode.
Well, yours would, because you've fallen on it so many times.
Yours would also.
Really?
Yes.
See, I can't even concede. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about maths. But
How can my
how we
head
got there?
blow up because of a number?
If you could think of the entire number of Graham's number, your head would actually explode because data creates mass.
Now, you know what I'm going to ask you, don't you?
I can't tell you what the number is.
Did Graham's head explode?
Well, no, it didn't.
Did he shout it out before?
No,
his head
he wrote
exploded?
it down.
Oh, and then his head exploded.
It's a big number.
Wow. Now,
It's the largest number. If you Google it, you'll find that it's the largest number ever used in an actual mathematical computation. It used to be a Google, which is one with, I think, 1,000 zeros. It's all astronomical. They use it, in those sort of computations. How the hell do we get onto this? Get back to the Monkees.
Yeah.
Last Train to Clarksville, great song.
Great song.
Daydream Believer, great song.
Yes. I'm just trying to think of who wrote these songs.
Somebody inside Warner Brothers.
Goffin and King wrote Daydream Believer, I'm pretty sure. Cuddly Toy, Harry Nilsson.
Nilsson Schmilsson.
Yeah.
I loved him.
A Touch of Smilson in the Night is the best album. It's that's where
Best?
one of the best albums. As time goes by.
You must remember this.
Yeah, but the version they used to play on that Australian TV show, that's Harry Nilsson. Anyhow, then the Monkees said they wanted to write their own songs. This is where not so great a good idea. I mean, they wrote some good songs.
Not so good, though.
No, didn't work out. No. And so they
She was
crashed
only a
into-
farmer's daughter, but all the horsemen knew her.
That's right.
Not such a great song.
Yeah. Mike Nesmith loved country and western music.
Yes,
My Girlfriend Can't Wrestle, but you should see a box. That was one of his.
that's it. That's a great number.
Oh, you've gone off mic.
Pardon me. I apologise.
That's right. All right. Now, with the Monkees, do you know that when they came to Australia, do you know that Davy Jones dated Lynn Randell?
Who's Lynn Randell?
You don't know who Lynn Randell is?
The singer.
Ciao, baby, let's go.
Oh, that Lynn
you know
Randell.
Lynn.
Oh, of course. No, sure,
Do you?
she snores. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know?
Sure, yeah.
No?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's
Davy
true.
Jones, not so good.
No,
but
no.
Lynn,
Yeah.
me and her go way back.
Yeah, I thought you would. I thought you'd know Lynn.
I know.
I know Lynn. Or knew Lynn.
You know everybody. You worked with Farnham, did you know that?
I'm a friend to the stars.
Yes.
I know
Ringo
them.
Starr.
I know them all. Yeah. Now,
What was the Monkees' first album?
with the Monkees, I think.
Yes, that's what I'm asking you.
Well, I'll tell you something funny about that.
What would be the point of doing an album that wasn't with the Monkees?
No, that's right. It's good thinking. Well, the Beatles had with the Beatles. That's probably where they got it. So, the Monkees
weren't very inventive, were they? What about the Beach Boys?
with the Beach Boys.
With the that was their yes.
What about
What about the band
with
the
the
the? Do you remember the? Right. What about their
the
first album with the? Not so good.
with the Foo Fighters? There's another good one. What was I saying? I've forgotten now. That song, that album.
Yeah.
That album. Obviously, they had session musicians.
Was it
to
really
play.
called With the Monkees?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It might have been called The Monkees, and then there might have been With the Monkees. Like,
Actually, interestingly, one of their one of my favourite songs of the Monkees, and who am I to say?
No.
Although I can probably be the best. I'm the best guide on what I like.
That's true.
When people say to me, "What do you like?"
Yeah. You don't go and say, I'll ask someone else.
I don't consult.
No, you don't consult.
I won't have a round table meeting.
No.
I'll be able to answer that question.
Yeah.
And my answer is
Yeah.
the theme to their TV show.
Really?
Love it.
Here we come.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
Did you leave a hey off?
No, hey,
Oh, no,
we're the
that's right.
Monkees.
I thought you said, hey, we're the Monkees.
No, 2 hays.
No, 2 hays.
Check it again later.
Yeah. I will.
It's a great song.
I'll add it.
And it's not so much that it was a big hit, although it probably actually was a big hit.
I think it was.
A great written song.
Yeah, it's hard to write an intro for a show with the title in it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You don't hear that very often.
Not so much.
Big Bang Theory, really nothing about the Big Bang Theory. To
It
the
all
end.
started with the Big Bang is actually the last line of the...
In the end, yeah. But with the Monkees one was the chorus.
That's right. Hey, we're the Monkees.
Yeah. The Beatles never did that.
And we like monkeying around.
See? That takes talent.
You can't teach that. You can go to talent school.
Yeah.
You know what they don't teach?
No.
Talent.
That's
It's
why
bad branding.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you my favourite Monkees
Who asked?
song. Well, I just thought I'd try and keep in here. It's from the movie Head.
Did you say head?
Yeah, the movie Head. You know why? Because when they were going to have a sequel,
Head.
they wanted to say,
What's the name of the movie? Head. Is it a
Brought
porno?
to-
Not so much.
brought to you by the people who gave you head.
Because I've...
That's why they wanted to call it that for the sequel. That's true. That's true. Anyhow, on that album, there's a great song. These are facts.
Oh, that's great.
You ready for this?
Oh, you know, I watched my first porno the other night.
How was it?
I couldn't believe how young I looked.
My favourite song.
Yeah, no, you just said.
It's off, well, I'll edit that out. It's,
You don't have to.
I won't. It's off Head movie soundtrack. Right. Wait for the title of the song. It's called The Porpoise Song. It's true.
Porpoise.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
If you were a porpoise, you would have the shits with dolphins. They have dominated. They have dominated the underwater mammal environment.
Wow.
As far as branding goes, anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the first thing you think of when you think of a small grey thing that lives under the ocean that has a blowhole?
Dolphin.
You would have to say dolphin.
Yeah.
Who would not say dolphin? Flipper, all these things, right?
All right. Now, don't forget, we have to do the movies today.
Okay.
Because we've done.
You're sick of the monkeys, are you?
Well, I'm not sick of them, but you know, there's only so far you can go. It's not a you know, a wide berth.
Let me suggest to you one thing about the Monkees. I can't think of one other band that was created for a purpose that did so well.
I agree, and they've really lasted. Their music is still fantastic.
And none of them are dead.
No, that's not right. 2 of them are dead.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know they were sick. How old are they?
David Jones is gone.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he die of?
He was the first one to go. He died of loneliness.
Loneliness?
Yes. I don't know why he died, but he died.
You're supposed to know stuff.
Well, I know, but I didn't go that far because I didn't think we were going to get that far.
Okay.
Peter Tork's dead too.
What did he die of?
Same as Davey. I think he died of cancer, I think. By the way, the Monkees, a few of my friends went and saw them live on their last tour, which was...
Better than dead.
Was it this year or the year before? Let's go with this year. Terrible. Shuffled on stage. Couldn't sing. Everyone,
Sad old
it
Monkees.
was horrible. Yeah. All right. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
This is Sons of Sunbury.
All right. And we're back.
And our friend. They're both here.
Hello.
Hey.
Now, we decided on the break that we've had enough of the Monkees. Yeah. I didn't get to tell you that there's no bass on one of the tracks on the first album. Who does that? Even in the 60s. Who did that? No one. But that's because they were just considered a joke. We don't need to put bass on it, you know?
What track was it?
It's called Let's Dance On.
On
Not
what?
one of the big ones. Off the first album.
No, but what were they dancing on?
I don't know what they were dancing on, but there's no bass, that's for sure.
Do you feel like they left
Come
half
closer,
the...
I can't hear
Do you
you,
feel
no.
like they left half the title of? Let's dance on the roof. Let's dance on the boot of your car.
It could be, but maybe that's why there's no bass too. I don't know. Maybe
Let's dance on the bass.
Yeah,
and that's why they couldn't play it. It's just broken.
Yeah, let's dance on. Yeah.
They didn't
Now,
play the left-handed bass, though.
last time we didn't get to do the movie.
And people are still praising Jesus for that.
Well, I think they're complaining because this is going to be the best segment.
Both of them.
Best. Now, 4 of them now we got. I can see people in Beijing loving this podcast. And also small children and animals, I think, is our top market. Where'd that come from? You know where that is?
Hit me.
It's from Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
And I haven't a drink.
You can't talk.
On Hey Out Saturday. That's
Yo,
what he said.
Adrian.
Yeah. That's that one. I thought one podcast, we should have a Hey It's Saturday theme.
What would I know about Hey It's Saturday?
You,
5 years I do.
You're
know.
one of the stalwarts.
Ooh, look at you with
We
the
can
words.
bring up Wilbur, if I can figure out how we make calls. Can we ring up Daryl? Have you got him in your phone book?
Yes, I do. You're so John Blackman. I could ring him. Silence. You can do whatever you want. Shane
Let's do
Bourne.
it. Don't you? It'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be a good episode.
It would be the worst episode. People would be pulling their ears off with pliers.
Oh, my God. All right.
All right, movies, Ken.
Movies. Now,
What do you got?
this is how it works. I'm going to tell you the synopsis of a movie.
What movie?
It's called The Professor and the Madman.
Never seen it.
No.
Who's in it?
Good question. Mel Gibson
Yeah.
and Sean Penn. All right. Set in the 17th
You
century.
know, that wasn't his real name. That was just his pen name.
Very good.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can look that up.
I will. I don't have to because I know that your source of facts are facts.
Unequivocal.
Thank you. Now, so I'll tell you the synopsis of this movie. Sean Penn
Sean Penn.
is the madman.
Is he?
Yeah. He's a doctor.
What kind of doctor?
He's a GP. Oh, he might be a surgeon. He could be a surgeon.
Do you think it's weird that GP means doctor?
I thought it meant Grand Prix.
I don't get the Grand Prix.
No.
They go very, very fast, and
Yes.
they all start at 2:00. If they started earlier, they wouldn't have to go so fast.
That's good. That's good. It's
true.
You should be
Think
running
about
the Grand
that.
Prix. I hate the Grand Prix. You live near the Grand Prix.
Do I what?
Do you hear the Grand Prix?
Nah.
Did you hear the Who when the Who played at the Grand Prix?
Who?
Yeah, because that's another episode we're going to do.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the Who.
Oh, I love the Who.
What's not to love?
Ah,
I was born in a plastic smooth in my mouth. I'm sure that word will come out eventually.
Plastic Susan in my mouth. Is this the name of your doll?
No, you know what? The thing that I've learnt most living next to the Grand Prix track, the German national anthem.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
play it all the time.
Oh, I'm assuming they win all the time.
All the time.
Because I don't know anything about sport.
You don't know anything about sport.
I do not. I don't know which
There's
end of
no
a soccer ball to
ball
kick.
involved in the Grand Prix.
Oh,
Did you know that?
no.
Except the Grand Prix brawl, which happens before the race.
Brawl?
Big punch. Big blue.
Or the Grand Prix ball, which happened after
Tired,
that.
Ken.
All right.
Get on with the movie.
All right. So
How does it start?
it starts with the madman, Sean Penn, running down the street. He's mad. He's running down the road with a knife. He
What
looks
kind of knife?
a Bowie knife. He's looking behind
A
him.
Bowie knife.
Yeah. All right. He looks behind him. It could have been a scalpel when you think about it. He looks behind him
Box cutter?
and he sees. No, he's a doctor. So there's guys chasing him. So he thinks.
Hang
So-
on. You
so-
said the other guy was the doctor.
No. The madman is the doctor. Sean Penn's the doctor.
You said the name of the movie is The Doctor and the Madman.
Professor and the madman.
Oh,
I
excuse
think you
me.
have to go back and listen to it, but it's Professor.
No, I trust you.
So he's chasing he thinks he's being chased because he's Sean Penn, the doctor, because he's mental. He's gone mad.
Crazy?
Crazy.
Crazy as a loon?
He is a crazier.
Okay.
He goes around the corner and he sees a guy. He thinks the guy is one of the people chasing him, so he kills him.
Ooh.
But he's not being chased.
Who's that guy?
That's right. He's no one. This guy.
So this guy auditioned.
Yeah, he goes. I'm finally in a
Yes.
movie
Next. What's your name? Fatso McGee.
again.
They said.
They wouldn't get
What,
in the
what would we
Beatles.
know you from? He said, you heard about the Quarrymen? Never heard of them, they say. Well, I've been in such movies as Stop the Planet of the Apes, I Want to Get Off. And the porno, Schindler's Fist. Even a midget porno, Itty Bitty Gangbang. They said, we're not sure about your work, but go for it. He said, I did one more on Her Majesty's Secret Cervix. And they said, What? I've done Gladiator. And they said, all right, give us your best. He said, I was a stunt bug in the swarm. And, oh, they said, we saw that. You were good in that. Okay, so what do you got? And he said, all right, I'm going to do Streetcar Named Desire. Okay, go for it. Stella! Thank you, we'll let you know. He didn't, and he got it.
Yeah, he did.
And then as soon as he walks on set, they killed him.
That's right.
He's never been heard of
Unknown
since.
Man Part 1.
Unbelievable special effects, the critics said. No special effects.
No, they didn't actually kill him.
They actually killed him.
Oh, okay.
That was the special effect.
All right.
He didn't see it coming.
No.
Exactly, like that blind porno.
No,
He practiced by being killed by other people.
did he?
Yeah. And they wheeled him on a set, already dead, which is why it looks so realistic.
That's great. It's
True.
I believe that's where they get Weekend at Bernie too.
Is it?
That's right, yeah. I think that's where they got the
Is that
idea.
Weekend at Bernie 2? As if, like the number 2 or as well as?
I know. Well, let's go with 2.
Which one?
Weekend at Bernie 1.
Can you hear a dog? That's freaky.
I'm glad the dog was barking because it was very quiet then.
Usually I hear crickets.
That's right. Yeah. Tough crowd. All right.
Go on.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
There's a lot of guitars in this room.
Yeah, because we're in a studio.
What kind of studio?
It's a recording studio. Colossus Studio, it's called.
You've got a ukulele over there.
I do.
Do you know I can play the ukulele?
But maybe one day you could bring in your ukulele.
I've got
Not
2.
hard to carry.
I can bring in my ukulele.
You've-
You know my daughter Hayley plays the ukulele? And that's actually true.
Is that a song?
No, it's true.
Your dad gave you a ukulele.
He gave me a number of ukuleles.
He could play the ukulele.
Could he? What?
Right.
He went the world champion.
He's the Eddie Van Halen of ukuleles.
That's exactly what he is. Yes.
Now, let me get my movie.
Which one?
Right.
The Professor and the Madman.
Yeah, he killed the guy.
So he kills this unknown dude who was in a number of pornos.
Yes.
Including Spies Like Us.
Very good. So they put him in jail.
He even played a couple of drag characters.
Yes.
Laura Gravity. See her?
Yes.
Lois, common denominator. Go on.
We haven't even got to the main part yet.
I'm waiting for it.
He's in jail. He's been put into jail.
What did he do?
He killed
He
the
killed
guy.
that unknown
the guy.
extra.
Yeah. But because he's mad, they put him in an asylum.
What kind of asylum?
Asylum for the mad.
What better?
It's great. It's good casting.
Yeah. Where did they shoot that?
They shot that in London. You see, I'm just going with you.
You know when people say bedlam? You know, oh, this is bedlam? They're describing about a bad situation,
Yes,
like it's
yes,
crazy.
yes.
Bedlam was a asylum in London.
Is that right?
That's true.
Let me get back to my movie.
Off you go.
Okay, 17th
Waiting.
century. 17th century.
You're gesticulating a lot.
Sorry. Mel Gibson.
Gesticulating.
Mel Gibson is professor.
What kind of professor?
English professor. English.
Made that up.
No, that's true because you'll see what happens. English professor. So,
He's a professor of England?
no, English professor of Oxford
Oh, he's a professor of the subject of English.
in Oxford.
I don't know why people study English. We speak English here. Just go out.
That's right.
Just go out,
Yeah.
talk to people.
And listen.
How hard is that?
It's easy.
Just go and
See,
get
so-
a piece of flake, 2 potato cakes.
What about when you were a baby?
I was very small at the time.
Yeah. And people were saying how clever you were. Yeah?
I got that a lot.
Yeah.
Although at the time I was still shitting myself, which would have pulled away from the aura.
Yeah, that's right.
It would have taken away from the mystique.
Yeah. That's right.
If they had looked at my nappy, well, not so good. I auditioned for a number of shows. Most of those auditions were not successful. I was too short. They were saying, look, thank you. Thank you for coming in for the role of Macbeth. Macbeth, traditionally, a taller and, dare we say it, older man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do the Scottish accent.
No.
I struggle with the
You
Scottish.
struggle with English. That's,
Well, and that gets us back to our English professor. I had to have that guy.
yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Well,
I could have been Oscar material.
Mel Gibson, we're talking Oscar material.
Who also got an Oscar?
Yeah, he did. Braveheart.
In
Great
Gladiator.
movie.
And then,
Great movie.
and Gladiator, the porno.
No, that's Russell Crowe.
Similar guy.
I get him confused all the time.
Both wife beaters.
That's right.
And racist.
Yeah, they're both racist. Very
Isn't it
racist.
interesting these days worse to be a racist than a rapist? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. All right, back to the thing. We're at the Oxford University.
Go on.
And
I have their dictionary.
what? That's what this is about.
It's a page turner, that one.
They want to write the dictionary.
Yeah. You know when you turn over
Yeah.
from adverse,
Yes.
you know what you're going to get?
What?
Adverse. As soon as you turn the page,
Adverse to adverse.
everything's in alphabetical order. I love that about the dictionary.
This is his idea.
To put 'em in
The professor.
Because otherwise it was taken, what is the definition of quintessence?
Yeah.
And they'd start at the beginning of the
You
book.
have to read it.
You'd have to go through the whole book.
That's right.
And it was always towards the end.
Yeah, that's right. Always.
It was the twist at the end.
That's right.
That's what it was.
Don't tell me the ending.
No, exactly. You know, I was in the queue to see Titanic, right? And people are coming out after having seen the previous, and I'm telling them, don't tell me how it starts. And get this, how everybody who died on the Titanic floated around, but Leonardo DiCaprio sunk.
Why?
I don't know. But at the end, he sinks away from the chick who's on the iceberg or whatever.
He gave her
she's
the
on.
door. He gave her the door. There was a door. I don't know where the door came from. That's where she was floating, on the door.
Whatever she was on
On the door.
it wasn't like a lolo, whatever it was, she was there, and everybody else floats. This prick sinks.
Yeah.
What did he have?
Bad time to steal the cutlery.
Yeah.
his
Oh,
pocket.
excellent.
Yeah, in his
That's what it
pocket.
was.
Yeah.
He was a cutlery stealer.
Yeah, if he hadn't have,
Nah.
he might be alive today.
2 spoons to death. Better title. 2 spoons to death. Gotta go, I don't know what it means, but I got to see it.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
right.
what this is.
Yeah. And then at the end, I get it now.
You
That's
don't get
right.
it till the end.
No, that's a good
That's
thing.
the twist.
Yeah, that
You
is a good
see.
one.
Ah.
I think we should rewrite movies.
And it was hit by the giant wave, right?
Was it? No, I don't think it was hit by a giant wave.
No.
No, it was hit by a giant iceberg.
I think history tells us that it hit the iceberg.
Okay, all right.
The police report
Yes.
says the iceberg hit the boat. But
yeah,
people on the boat knew people in the police. So when it went to court, the assault charge was against the iceberg.
the insurance company,
And did you know 400% of the iceberg is actually under the water
400%.
of any iceberg? It needs to be, at least. Otherwise, the iceberg wouldn't float for a start. and
Isn't there
wouldn't
only
poke out.
100%?
100% would mean all of the iceberg.
Well, you said 400%.
No. Did I?
Yes.
40%. No, that's wrong too. It doesn't matter. Let's not get into maths. I'm tired. All right.
Well, this is English.
Do you know how to make a floral garland?
No.
Oh, okay, I'll have to
Oh,
make
I
mine.
thought it was going to be a joke.
No, just
you
asking,
actually want
'cause
to
I've
know.
got to
Yes,
make
I
one.
do.
Yeah.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
All right.
So I've got to sing Lady of Spain tonight.
Where?
Lady of Spain, I adore you. I've got to do it tonight at a show, and I've got to make a floral garland. Yeah, because you were going to go.
It's a good idea.
Nice. Back to the professor and the
Now,
madman.
Yeah. No, we were nowhere even near it. Yeah.
We're not there?
You're not letting me get
He's
to the...
killed a dude
They did
on the street, and he's gone to a lunatic asylum.
Yes. And
See, I'm keeping up.
on the other hand...
You think I forget?
At the Oxford,
I remind elephants.
at the Oxford University...
Yes, who
there's
wrote the
professor.
dictionary?
No. They haven't written a dictionary.
Not yet?
He says...
Webster stole their bit.
No, I think Webster's were their competition, but he said, let's write this dictionary, the professor.
Who said?
Mel Gibson, the professor.
Is he
Let's
the
write this
madman?
dictionary. He said it to the board. And they go, we can't write it. It will cost millions. It'll take forever. It'll take you years and years. He goes, no, I have an idea. What if we get every person in England to find out the meaning of a couple of words and send them in to us?
Is this the movie?
This is the movie, right?
Really?
Yeah.
What words would you like?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I would have gone with aardvark because I'd like
the front.
I'd like to be first. That's right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought about zoo.
No, actually, to be technical, the first word in the dictionary,
A.
that's correct.
Yeah. But what
And what does it say? The present participle.
Does it? All right. So then they agree. They said, we'll give you a go. You got a good idea.
How does he get in touch with everyone in
Wow.
England? Wouldn't it be easier just to write the frickin' book?
No, because it would have taken 20 years.
Why?
Because there's a lot of words. Don't
He should
forget-
have XP.
They don't know any words. They don't know any words. No one knows what's going on.
No one knows any words. How are they communicating?
17th century.
With grunts?
No, they know what it is, but they don't know what it means. So everyone has to find out.
So does everybody say, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah, basically. Until everyone goes, oh,
You know this movie?
I got a couple of words.
It's the king of stupid movies.
The people in England go, I got a couple of words. I'm going to
pimple.
find out what it means. Yeah.
The pimple.
No, the pen pals. What? So, all right. Now this is where it gets. This is where we get to the good bit. This is where we get to the good bit.
Yeah.
Things aren't going well because
I'm not surprised.
not enough people are writing in.
No.
But
Would you?
no.
How would you get a letter? Would a letter arrive and
I
say,
would've
think of
sent an
two
email.
words and tell us what they
Send an
mean?
email. No, I don't know how. I don't know. They put up posters
Whereabouts?
all over England. You know.
All over England.
Yeah, this is good. They said, come and join the fun. Send a couple of words, right? So then, the madman.
Russell Crowe.
No, Sean Penn. He goes. He loves this idea. Loves it.
Sean Penn likes it.
Yeah,
Because he's crazy.
They get him in a pen paper.
So at some point, did someone go, you know this stupid idea you've got,
yes,
Mel?
Yes.
The only one who likes it is a lunatic who just killed somebody on the corner of Logan Street and Grattan Street.
Yeah. Luckily, his name was Penn, so he was good.
Not his real name, his pen name.
That was his pen name. So,
I just said that.
oh, I can't hear so well.
You know the guy who invented the biro?
No.
His name was Lord Biro.
Lord
But that was
Byron.
not his real name. It was his pen name.
Is that?
Okay, so the professor and the madman, he's writing a dictionary, but he doesn't want to write it himself.
No.
He wants contributors.
He can't.
Contributors.
That's right.
So it was really
That's right.
a collection.
That's right. Really, everyone wrote it.
What two words would you like? I would like tristesse, which I like. It's my
Yeah.
favourite word.
Yeah.
You know that. And I would also like the word dictionary
Dictionary.
because I would define it as what you are holding.
Ah, that's clever.
Thank you.
That's clever. Look, I haven't really thought about it because if I do, we might be here for another 4 hours. So let's continue with the story.
The traffic.
Because then we've got to do we're going to act it out. We're going to do a play.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Is there any choreography?
no,
they've got a
it's
bad
very
leg.
hard to see podcast choreography.
It's podiography. Everyone knows that. That's an industry word. When you've been in this caper as long as I have, you'll pick up on these.
Tune in next week for
Yes.
iPod.
Yes.
All right. So then the madman, Sean Penn,
Not as mad as some say.
no, but mad enough.
Clever. Did you see him in Mystic River?
Yeah, he's an incredible actor. Much better than Robert De Niro.
Imagine him, like the greatest performance was enjoying Madonna's company.
That's very true.
That's one
Very-
crazy
I hate
bitch, let me
Madonna.
tell you.
We'll never do an episode on Madonna.
No.
Now I'm lost again.
It doesn't take much with you,
Oh yeah,
does it?
Robert De Niro, terrible actor.
You got ADD.
Have I?
I think
I got ACDC.
My friend's got ADHD.
Yeah.
He doesn't concentrate well, but when he does, the clarity.
Is that right?
Unbelievable. High definition.
High definition.
Yeah.
So we're back at the. And the madman, he
Sean
just
Penn.
becomes obsessed
With?
finding out words.
Wait, he doesn't get every word. He only
Yeah,
gets
that's
two
right.
words.
But he goes mad. He
But he only gets two words.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants because he's mad.
But no, you can't
they're
do whatever
saying-
you want when
well,
you're mad.
They're saying to people,
Look at Alfredo.
a minimum 2 words.
Minimum?
Minimum.
Minimum.
Not minimum. Minimum.
You're saying minimum.
I'm saying minimum. Now.
No such word as minimum.
All right, minimum.
Minimum is a word that means not many men.
Well, that's one of the words I would have done. Wife is texting me again. Anyway, so then...
You don't want to turn your phone to silent, do you? I'm just not that I've done much radio in my long career, but if I hit that again, there'll be trouble.
So
minimum.
He sends in about 100 words.
He's not allowed to.
But he is because it's minimum.
What if he doubles up? What if
He
what
doesn't.
If, what if?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Fatso McGee
Yeah.
from Liverpool writes in
Same word.
dictionary.
I see what you're saying, but they don't go into that. But his
So
whole,
there's holes in the screenplay.
the whole padded cell is covered with words. He's got words everywhere. He's gone crazy.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
I know you've seen it.
No, I've seen that.
Oh, that. I think that's in the Joker. That
Yeah.
isn't
That's
it?
right.
I didn't
no,
like
but
it.
I haven't seen the Joker, so
Didn't
I
love
can't
the
have seen
Joker.
that.
Didn't love it.
You didn't like it?
No. We'll review that one day.
Really?
So now we're back to... no, I've lost it again.
Oh.
No. So what
This
happens
is
is...
terrible.
No, it's a fantastic movie.
I hate this
The
movie.
professor loves the madman, so they arrange to
Why?
meet because he's intellectual and he can... He's
But
done
he's not.
Well, he is.
If he was smart, he'd go, I've got 2 words to send in. I'll send in 2 words.
No,
And then he'll go home and watch Coronation
he
Street.
can't go home. He's in a cell. He's got...
Well, then he'll turn
and
Coronation
also,
Street on his TV.
TV's not even invented.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I did, 17th century.
You don't know TV wasn't invented. You
Well,
weren't
I know
alive then.
Coronation wasn't on.
No, it was on for a long time though.
Coronation Street's horrible.
I haven't seen it for some time.
It's like...
Have they pawned up?
Yeah, it's a bit like... No,
Really?
not Neighbours, the other one. What's the other one called?
The Box?
Home and Away.
Oh,
Horrible. Yeah. So,
Summer Bay
Summer Bay.
doesn't exist.
Horrible show.
No place called Summer Bay.
Well, good, because I don't like the show. So
You don't have to like the show to want to go to Summer Bay.
well, there is no Summer Bay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. Is there Winter Bay?
No.
No. All right. Now,
Spring Bay?
We're getting close to
No.
doing our thing,
What thing?
our little play.
What play?
Well,
Play on words?
you need to listen to this podcast. and
I've
then
heard it
come back-
before.
Come back.
I didn't like it this first time. I don't know why I'm listening to the second one.
All right. So the guy, the
What guy?
madman,
Madman?
says
Sean
to,
Penn?
says to Professor Mel
Mel
Gibson,
Gibson?
I want you to give my money,
Yes.
because he was a doctor, he had money.
He had money.
Give it to the widow
Of?
of the man I killed.
Widower is a dude.
Widow.
So he's killed a gay guy. In those days, gay marriage, not so common.
No. I misspoke. Widow of the man he killed. So he gives the money to her. She won't
Why?
take it. She won't take it.
Is he regretful?
Yeah.
Remorseful?
He's upset.
He killed that guy.
He didn't mean it.
Fatso.
He was mental.
Fatso McGee.
Yeah.
You know, that was his only moment in that film. And you can't help notice, if you slow down and watch it, right, you can see him as he's killed, turning to the camera and smiling and slightly waving. Because he knew when his extended family came and saw that film, he'd be able to go, that's me!
That's right.
And they said, by jingo, Fatso, you weren't lying this time.
That's right.
Because he lied about many things
Yeah. That's right. Well, he's dead for a start.
in the film. Not
No,
in
you
real
told me he
life.
got
No, he's
killed.
still doing work.
I thought he got killed.
No.
You need to go back and listen to the podcast.
No, he's still doing work. He just didn't get into the Beatles. Ringo took over
That's
eventually
right. No,
after a long time.
that's good. That's good. That's right. You've the first thing you said all day. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he's not dead now.
No, he's not dead now.
He's doing things.
Paul's dead.
Yeah.
No, we're nearly there. We're nearly there.
He's got prostate cancer.
Who?
Fatso.
Oh, that's very sad.
Not as bad as the doctor who had to diagnose it, let me tell you. Not a pretty man.
Now your fictional characters have got diseases as well.
He's not a fictional character. He turned up for his prostate exam. I had to have a prostate exam.
Yes.
I had to take my pants off.
Yeah.
It's a very embarrassing examination. They
Yes.
said, where do I put my pants? He said, on the chair next to mine. I was most worried when I was being examined for a prostate and he put both his hands on my shoulders. And I thought, Anyway, it turns out I don't have it, but he never calls. He never writes. So Mel Gibson and Sean
No,
Connery.
no, we're
Sean
nearly at
Penn.
the end. We're nearly going to start talking about this.
We're
So,
nearly at the end.
more or less.
How long does this film go?
I cut it down a bit.
I can tell.
Yeah.
What in the middle bit?
No, this is the middle bit.
What is the middle bit?
He gives the money to the lady.
What money?
He's rich. He's a doctor.
You said that.
He gives it to the widow.
The widow of the dude he killed for no reason.
Won't accept the money.
Who won't?
The widow.
Has
I
she-
don't want your money, you filthy dead money killing
You
Nettie.
swine, she
You
says.
Bloody. Right? So then he gets a bit upset.
Oh,
So then,
why?
because he knows that she's starving, the kids are starving, everyone's sick. Everyone's sick in the 17th century. They had the
There was a lot of that. There was
Yeah.
croup.
and so she's really poor. So he sends back the money.
How poor?
They're eating.
They had a Christmas stump. Poor, I tell you.
They're eating a potato.
What? A whole potato?
Cut into four.
That's not poor.
Cut into four.
Oh, okay.
So then she says, all right, I'll take the money. Go give the kids some more potatoes or whatever.
What if they don't want potatoes?
Let's go. But we better go visit him and say thank you.
Who?
But she hates him.
She doesn't like him, but she visits him with the
He
kids.
gave her the money. So she goes there with the kids. They get on very well. Quick jump. They fall in love.
Oh,
She fell in love with the man that killed her husband.
women.
He doesn't like this because he knows it's going to turn out bad. It can't be. It can't be. The madman does not like, can't be.
Where's the professor in all this?
He's hanging around. He's writing his book. He's writing the dictionary.
He's still working on the dictionary.
And they're very good friends.
Do the kids get to write in a word? 2 words?
No, the kids don't because they can't read, the kids. This is 17th century.
You
They've
don't have to
just
be
been
able to
sharing a
read to be able to
potato.
write. You can write something down, but just won't know what you've written.
That's true. Maybe they do then. Maybe they did contribute the word zugwil.
Which means?
I'm hungry, probably. Now, but this is a killer.
things you know.
This is a killer bit. You're going to love this.
I'm on the edge
The
of my seat.
madman, he's so upset because he knows what he's doing is wrong, is being with the ex-wife, the widower.
Is he bereft?
He's bereft. He cuts his willy off. There you go. That's the bit I was getting to.
You know that woman did that to the guy in America?
Yeah.
See that?
John Bobbitt?
Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah.
John Bobbitt was the dude.
Yeah.
Lorena Bobbitt cut his dick off, threw it out the car window.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
And it hit the windscreen of the car.
Did it really?
car behind. And the guy said in that car to his wife, "Did you see the cock on that moth?"
What?
Did you see the cock on that moth?
I just did.
That's true. That's biblical. You can look that up. That actually happened.
Did they go back and get it?
And no, they couldn't.
Oh, so
Because
but he's got one
no,
now.
because he used his windscreen wiper.
So with the wait,
Yeah, and they used the detergent.
wait, but he's got one now.
Who?
John Bobbitt.
Where'd he get it from?
I don't know. That's what I was asking you.
What? Why would you ask me where John Bobbitt got a
You
spare
seem to
cock
be
from?
very interested in this story.
No, I just knew about it.
Oh, but how did we get onto it? Because the
started
man
it.
chopped his willy off.
Not a big reach.
No good.
Well, no, it's never going to be good.
And then he goes completely mad.
Which one?
The madman.
Already mad.
Yeah, but
So now
Now madder.
the character renamed as Super Madman,
Professor-
solving crimes using idiocy.
Professor and the madder man.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, the professor comes to him. Oh, don't
And
die,
says-
don't die, don't die.
Oh, that's what people say.
Yeah, and he goes, oh, I'm dying.
Who says?
The madman, I'm dying.
Because his dick's go off.
Yeah, I got an idea.
Why should I live?
Why should I? What's the point?
What can I do?
The girl,
Sew it back on, I jerk off, it's off again.
the girl, nothing to me now. Nothing.
Where does she fit in his life?
Buy her a turnip. There's
Turnips were
nothing
big
else.
back then.
Yeah,
17th
nothing.
century.
That's right.
Number one vegetable?
Turnip.
That's what it was.
That's right.
King
My
of the
favourite
hits.
vegetable. My favourite vegetable. Spring onion.
Really? Do you know camels' breath smells of spring onion?
Really?
Truly,
I could
really.
kiss a camel.
Yeah.
That could be
Because
the title
they
of
eat the
podcast.
grass down into the bulb underneath the ground and the bulb smells like spring onion.
Can we call the podcast I Could Kiss a Camel?
You can call it anything you want.
All right, it's going out as I Kiss a Camel. Now, let's act out a little scene, not a big scene because we have to go home. A little scene from that movie. Who do you want to be, the professor or the madman?
Madman.
All right, I'll be the professor.
Okay.
All right. All right, madman,
Yes? Woo! Yeah!
have you got a name I could call you by?
Matty!
Maddie. All right, Maddie, I can't thank you enough for all the entries you've sent in. You've covered half the dictionary already. How'd you do it?
Well, when I had my own dictionary cut off, I had time on my hands because I had nothing else in my hands.
And your favourite word that you came up with is, what was it? I forget. What was it?
Dictionary.
Dictionary. Why? We didn't have a name for it.
No.
And then you came up with it.
There it was.
And
I
then-
was looking down at what I didn't have, right?
Yeah.
And I said, there's the first half.
I noticed that you're quite impressed by Lady Sweden, who is the wife of the man you killed.
She's very pretty for a girl.
Yeah. Why did you, don't you feel guilty?
About what?
Well, you killed her husband for a start.
We all make mistakes.
That's true.
Who amongst us has not erred?
Let them throw the first stone.
There it is.
Yeah.
You, so biblical.
Yeah, I think you threw a stone at him first.
Yes.
Yeah, that knocked him out. Then you killed him.
You know the first book of the Bible,
Yes.
Genesis,
Yeah.
named after the band,
Yeah.
according to the prophet Phil Collins,
Yes.
said, I can feel it coming in the air.
Ah,
Not anymore,
no.
because I have no dick.
Maybe it was the stone.
I could feel it coming in the air as it flew over my shoulder. I thought to myself, that's going to leave a mark. That's what I said.
All right. So, I want to thank you, Madman, for doing all your help. Maddie. So, if you've learned one thing from this whole episode, you've killed someone, you've cut off your willy, you've met a nice girl, but you're about to die. If you've learned one thing, what would you think it would be?
Never back Collingwood in a grand final.
Okay, and scene. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week with, I think we're going to look at AC/DC next week.
Oh, Sons of Sunbury going at AC Daxy.
All right. Thank you very much for Ken, and see you next week. That's a podcast. The door. See you next week.